What's good, y'all? So 2026 is a couple days away. So I kind of just wanted to do just like a yearly, or not a yearly, but just like a reflection of 2025. Ending off this little challenge of mine with just like a reflection of just this past year. One thing that automatically comes to mind is that this year was definitely full of a lot of ups and downs, a lot of highs and lows, and then the and as a lot of y'all saw, this last video was definitely a low, like without a doubt. And right now I'm kind of on this slow incline. I've been doing things to help get my mind off of like a lot of what's been going on, but I'm already skipping ahead. But honestly, the beginning of the year and the end of this year definitely, like, I started off 2025 low and I'm ending 2025 low. Something's got to change, but as the year progressed, I was definitely blessed in meeting a lot of different people, being a part of different things, and really just exploring my interests a lot more. And I think that opened a lot of doors for me this year. And I and a couple videos back, I'd also explained how this year was a lot of firsts, and I think a lot of firsts doing things that I am interested in, and I think that is definitely something that helped to open just a lot of these doors that I don't think would have opened if I hadn't had taken those first steps. Looking into 2026, as I've stated, I want to just continue growing in those things and really just developing myself into who I want to be and who God calls me to be. And that will be, a prayer for 2026. And I think as I like reflect back, a lot of things that I have done this year have really shaped me into the person that I am today. And I think if those things wouldn't have happened, then I believe I would be someone different. And I think I would have been more, I don't even want to use the word depressed, but I would have just been more like sad about where I am in life. Because I graduated in 2020, end of 2024, and then the beginning of this year I was looking for like jobs and stuff, and then like no one was biting. No one was biting. And I would be sending my resume, I'd be a LinkedIn warrior. Like, I would literally use LinkedIn as like social media for a period of time. And when none of that was working, I started slowing down. And there was a point where I was just like, I guess like around the time that I started doing YouTube is when I realized like, getting into the job market isn't happening as fast as I would like for it to. So why not just do that while also exploring just personal interests and passions that I have? And so, doing that led me to where we are now. I think by doing that, it's opened me up to exploring things that I like more. Like even things just like clothes. Like I bought like vintage tees. I have a goal. A personal goal for me is to replace all of my regular T-shirts with vintage. And just doing just things like that, just like getting things that I am interested in, doing things that I am interested in while like trying to make it into like the real world. And so I think, and that's still the case now. I'm not like, I'm exploring my interests a lot more, but I'm not really like trying to search for jobs like as much. Yeah, by doing that, it's really allowed me to just dip my toes into like my interests. And I feel like this is 2025 was like the first year where I really got to like know who I am and like know the things that I like and the interests that I have and really act on those, just act on that. And so, and I think, and as I stated, like by doing that, it's definitely opened me up a lot more, and allowed me to just try a lot of different things this year. Like I think compared to like other years, like I found a lot more fulfillment in just doing stuff like that, because I never really got the chance to, going, working full time and paying for college, like, is no easy feat, especially if you're wanting to graduate debt free. Like, a, so much money was, like, so much time and money was allocated to college. And so I've never really had the chance to just go out and explore and just, buy things that I like, do things that I like. And so I think, this year was really just like a good year. I started, and also like this year I started working with a social media manager for my church. As I've said like plenty of times, like I could talk about that for forever, because I truly enjoy doing that, and working close with someone like that is like, who knows what could happen down the line. This year was really a year of trying to, discover who I am and find out like who I am and what I want to be. And because, as I've said, like I don't think I ever really had the chance to just do that. Like, of course I knew what I liked, but I never really had the opportunity to like act on a lot of the things that I'm passionate about. And so, and like for someone that's out there, like, you do it as well, because you'll discover so many different things about yourself that you never really knew. And I think in turn that will create a, like, almost like some sort of like a joy inside of you, just because like especially coming from someone that's never done that before. Like, I truly enjoyed it. And of course, like, a little money was spent like on myself. Or, okay, not even a little, like, I spent money on myself, and then I did just like experiences that I liked, and with like the YouTube stuff and like photography and video and just stuff like that. It's like I really truly discovered like a lot of things that or acted on my passions, and just really got to know like what I like and what I like to do, and just these things that discover more things that bring me joy. It's definitely been like, this year was definitely a good year in terms of that. I guess like towards like, obviously like towards the end of the year, something happened, and like now I'm kind of like almost like in a valley, because like that last video that I posted, I was like at like the base of the valley. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. And so like trying to get out of that, it's it's gonna take time. I'm still not doing the best, mentally, and it will take time, but I'm slowly on the incline to becoming better, and taking the time to just focus on myself, and just give myself the time that I need to heal. How I want to feel isn't going to happen overnight. And so I just think, the experiences and things that I go through really, really help shape and mold me into who I am now. And, I'm really satisfied with how this year went and how I turned out. I'm doing good. I mean, overall, I'm doing good. And so I think it's just, just a little rut, that's really it. And for anyone out there that's like also kind of in this rut and haven't really had the chance to explore themselves and to figure out what they want to do. Like you always have time for other things, but you just have to prioritize. Sometimes you just have to prioritize yourself, and that's something that I definitely did this year, and just I don't regret it. I like making other people like feel good about themselves. Like I love just like what are ways that I can just serve other people. But sometimes you just gotta step back and help yourself, because if you don't do that, I mean, I think there will become a point where like you will really struggle to do that for yourself, because you've helped those around you for so long. And like I said, like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just just take time to like to treat yourself, really, and to just do things that you enjoy, and just do things that to just help your well-being. Doing that this year, it definitely helped me out a lot, especially when I was like really discouraged this year about what I wanted to do with my life. And so with the job searching and graduating out of college, and having like feeling like I had to do something with my life like right then and there. And I think whenever like that didn't really pan out, like I was just really discouraged, and I was just thinking to myself, like, what am I gonna do with with my life? I graduated college, and I didn't find anything right out the gate. And if I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of the things that I was like applying to, like I didn't really want to, but I just felt like I just had to apply and just find and like force myself into something. Whenever like that didn't happen, it almost made me feel not helpless, but like not worthy, or like worth it, or something like that. Because like I don't know, it's like we're taught to just go through the motions and just hurry up and find and like force ourselves like into something, into like a certain category, or into whatever. And when that doesn't happen, I think we just get so discouraged, because like if this doesn't work out, then what will? And that in turn can create like a lot of discouragement, especially with people around like my age that are just trying to find themselves, and to just find just like a place where they can just enjoy themselves. For the person out there that's really worrying about their future, I mean, like I said, just take the time to just go out and just discover things that you want to do. And like if you're working like a part-time job or whatever, like use the money that you get from that to just like treat yourself, and to just like do things that will just bring you joy. And it's not like a thing where it's like where you just like spend on yourself to like make you feel better or whatever. But I think the difference with me is just that I was just like investing in myself is definitely a better way to put it. And so like a lot of the things that I have, like I really like I'm grateful for, and I'm glad that I have them. And it has definitely like just taking that time to just discover who I want to be was like I wouldn't trade that for anything. Like I'm really glad that I was able to just take the time to just go out and have different experiences, do different things, get things that I like. And now it's weird, because like doing that has definitely like fine-tuned, I guess, like my vision of who I want to be. And just, as I've said, like 2026 is definitely still going to be a growth year for me. And hopefully I can mature more, and just really 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 figure out like what I want to do. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, man. Like and subscribe. Hope you all enjoyed this vid. As I said plenty of times, I always enjoy making these videos. Continue to like and sub and comment as well. That helps a ton, especially from a couple videos back. And of course, thank y'all for that. But I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.